PC Gamer, I love you, but what the heck? PC Gamer just named the Game of the Year 2016 as Dishonored 2. They just gave Game of the Year to Dishonored 2. I have no problem if you enjoyed Dishonored 2 more than any other game that came out in 2016. It's your personal preference. I have a different preference. That's fine. But what baffles me is that PC Gamer, it's in the title, PC Gamer. It's specifically focused on the PC platform, on personal computing. And Dishonored 2 had probably one of the roughest PC launches of any game in 2016. It's mind-blowing that they would reward such a horrendous launch on their specific platform with Game of the Year. It blows my mind. And I think it's incredibly damaging to the PC community to do this, because what it does is it tells developers like Bethesda that they can get away with this. A lot of crap was thrown on Bethesda as a publishing company when they changed their policy, saying that they were not going to be sending out review copies of games before the day before the game released, right? They were only going to send it out the day before, which many people in the YouTube community especially criticized. They said this is bad. Clearly, they're trying to hide something. If they honestly wanted their games to stand for themselves, then they would say, okay, yeah, no, IGN, take a copy, PC Gamer, take a copy, review it a week and a half, 2 weeks before, and let people know what they're getting before they buy it. That's fine. I think that's what most of us would agree is a good, it's good faith. It's a good business practice. But no, they came out and they said that they were bumping back and changing this policy to be less transparent, more opaque, and I just don't get it. And now, after the game released, we saw why, and it was because Dishonored 2 launched to horrendous bugs, terrible performance, horrendous optimization. It was all bad. It was so bad I couldn't even play it. It was horrible. And the reason for this is that most gamers in the PC community are not running GTX 1070s, which is what the game was reviewed with on PCGamer.com. And this is something we see a lot in PC game reviews, is that the people that are reviewing these games, they have a career of reviewing games. So they put a lot of money into their rigs, into their setups. So they tend to review games with very good hardware. They review Battlefield 1 with a 1080. They review Dishonored 2 with a GTX 1070. That's understandable. They should have a good rig. They should enjoy the game. That's great. But they're reviewing it for the PC community with a huge majority within which plays with mid-level, mid-range cards. They play with 960s or 1060. They play with mid-range R9 380s. They aren't playing with freaking 1070s or 1080s. Some of them, yes. The majority, no. And so when they read a review on PC Gamer in which they say the game runs really great, we get smooth frame rates, everything's looking really pretty and all this, they say, oh yeah, I want to get that game. They spend their hard-earned money on it, and then they boot up on Steam, and lo and behold, the game is chugging along at 12 FPS and is horrible, and they can't get it to run right until 3.5 weeks after the game is released, at which point they've moved on to different things, right? It blows my mind. It blows my mind. Thank heavens for Steam refunds. Thank heavens for Steam refunds. And so, PC Gamer, I love you to death. You've got some great articles out there, but really, you're giving Game of the Year to the game which possibly had one of the worst PC launches of the entire year of 2016. You are rewarding the company that is trying to be less transparent and trying to get away with crappy PC launches for whatever reason. I think that that's pathetic. I think that's horrible. I think that you got to get on your game. And they have a history of choosing really weird games for Game of the Year. I think in general, PC Gamer, they're good at what they do, except for choosing game awards. I'm blown away by some of their choices. Last year, they chose Metal Gear Solid 5. Remember, last year, this was the same year that The Witcher 3 came out, that Fallout 4 came out, that City Skylines came out. They chose Metal Gear Solid 5, which was a good game. Don't get me wrong, it was fun. But really, you're going to give it Game of the Year over The Witcher 3, Fallout 4, City Skylines on PC? Really? That blows me away. In 2014, they chose Alien Isolation as their Game of the Year. Just let that sink in for a minute. And in 2013, they chose Spelunky. Yeah, sure you heard of that one. Spelunky. So overall, I still love you, PC Gamer. But damn.